Hello, everyone. This is Fox 12 Now. Surprise, we're here. Thank you very much for joining us. We are live streaming here from Fox 12 Oregon, as we do every weekday, but taking a little trip away from the Fox 12 Now desk here into the studio with Peyton to talk about this impending weather event. It is the talk of a lot of people. These thunderstorms supposedly coming. We're going to find out what is actually happening, though, because you are here with us.
It has been a crazy 36 hours, Greg.
Yes.
We had the first 80-degree day of the year yesterday, which was about 45 days ahead of schedule.
Wow.
And today, in some areas, has been even warmer. And of course, we are gearing up for these thunderstorms. So it's just been kind of crazy. If you actually want to pull up, I think, Max 1, guys, this might be Camilla's computer there. But yeah, so basically today's a first alert weather day. Yesterday was also a first alert weather day, but we were really just looking at, you know, the record heat. We were saying get outside, enjoy the sunshine, because we knew today would be a little bit crazier. So yeah, what's happening is this afternoon, we have those storms popping up. So that's why we've issued that first alert weather day. And sorry, Camilla's touching my graphics right now, I think. That's okay. She's figuring it out. But basically, so we issued this because I think from about 3 to 8 p.m. tonight, there it is, we actually have updated that timing just a little bit. We're going to see those storms pop up. Now, they're not going to be kind of instant. I think actually the metro is going to be one of the last places to see it. So they're coming from the south. So 3 to 8 p.m., I think that's going to be when you want to have your backup indoor location. Keep your eye to the southern sky because that's where these things are going to pop up. And then really the main risks we're talking about, downpours, locally really damaging gusty winds, and then also large hail. And I think large hail is that one thing that we've been kind of hearing circulating on the internet. Yes. There is an increased risk than I think we usually have during these stormy events. So we're going to get into that. I first want to show you Salem. And you could take this full if you want, just so you guys can get a better view at home. So yeah, you're starting to see those kind of puffy cumulus clouds popping up there. And that just means that those storms are brewing, and we're expecting them to begin to move to the north. 76 there, by the way, at our Salem camera. There's our kind of source. You can see that big
that is
area.
Monstrous right there.
I know, it almost looks like a hurricane, right? Don't be alarmed. It's not a hurricane, but yeah, it's a huge, huge area of low pressure. And so what you're seeing is, see that kind of a right side of it, those bands of rain are starting to slowly make their way up the Pacific Northwest coastline, and that gives us a southerly flow. That's one of the key ingredients we look for when we have these kind of springtime storms. Those southerly storms usually can tap into the heat and the moisture, and then of course kind of avoid a lot of the mountains, which can protect us in some ways. So here's a live look at radar. By the way, Fox 12 weather app is going to be your best friend this evening because you can actually track things on radar in the palm of your hand wherever you are. I really highly encourage that, not only for radar but also for those weather alerts. No storms right now besides this one that we're seeing kind of popping up just to the east of Lincoln City. So this one, very fast moving. I mean, this is really in the last 30 minutes. I think it's covered a lot of mileage there. And so quick downpour. Quick, of course, even some rumbles of thunder, but we're not seeing any kind of hail or severe threat with that. And I think that's the main talking point today, and you can kind of go back to the monitor if you guys want. This is our Storm Prediction Center convective outlook. So it just looks like a bunch of colors. Basically, this yellow blob here is the level 2 slight risk. And this is what's been kind of making some headlines, I think, on Facebook and Twitter and social media. Yes. Because it's not often that the Pacific Northwest gets this level 2 slight risk. So when we have this just means the Storm Prediction Center, the National Weather Service, yes, they're saying that we have those ingredients available for some stronger storms. Does it mean every single storm will be severe, knocking down trees and causing large hail? No. So that just means a few storms could kind of tap into their, I guess, strength and then become strong to severe. This model is actually one of our rapid update models. So it updates more frequently than our kind of high or lower resolution ones. This one has a little bit higher resolution. So this is now 4 o'clock. I paused it there. Few storms popping up. This is in our central valleys, Albany, Eugene, all the way up to Salem. And then 6 p.m. tonight. That's when we're thinking maybe 5 to 6. The metro may start to hear some rumbles of thunder, even heading into southwest Washington and up along the coast as well. So this covers a lot of our sunshine. We lose the heat of the day. we're going to also lose that thunderstorm threat. So this is a very short-lived event, and that's why a First Alert Weather Day actually may be over with by the time we get to the 8 o'clock shows, just because it's going to be cooler at that point, down into the 50s. So that's something I think Camilla and I will definitely give you the all clear on social media and on air when we kind of see that ending. So potential impacts, we know thunderstorms, right? Isolated. You hear that word kind of thrown out around a lot.
Yeah.
Basically, that just means there's no organization here. Sometimes we get these like lines of storms and it's very organized. We know exactly when it's going to arrive. These are kind of messy. And so they could pop up like popcorn out of nowhere. It could be blue sky. Maybe you're eating dinner outside and then all of a sudden a downpour happens.
Boom.
And so really important to have those weather alerts on tonight. And I encourage you to have actually several ways. Maybe your TV or radio or on your phone or iPad or Alexa, whatever you can do. Heavy rain. I mean, that's always a risk, right, within these thunderstorms that could definitely bring a flash flood, but these things look to be kind of speeding on through, so I don't envision.
They're moving that fast.
Yeah. If they're slow movers, that's when we'd have more flooding concerns. Hail is a really kind of thing, again, that we're going to be watching. So I think pebble-like hail, we've had that, I think, a couple weeks ago even. It's probably going to happen. That higher hail risk is only about a 10% chance. So that means in all those severe storms, only 10% will have the larger hail. And when we say large hail, it's not those scary, you know, golf ball grapefruit going into Oklahoma. But it definitely could be about an inch or two. And so that's not the size. I like to compare it to a quarter, like a coin. So obviously that is still significant for the Pacific Northwest. And so what we encourage you to do right now in the next hour or so is maybe try to move your car if you're under a tree or if you have a garage or a cover kind of over your car. I think that's going to be the best place to go, just in case that stray storm happens to carry the 1 to 2 inch hail. But that's kind of what's been circulating the internet. I think I've had lots of friends text me, oh my gosh, we're going to get this monster hail. No, don't worry. It's a very low risk, but just as a precaution, maybe park in a garage tonight.
Better safe than sorry. If you happen to be under the one spot where that does happen to happen,
Yeah, you don't want that. And it's not going to be like the storm chasers where they have dents in their truck or anything like that. And then gusty winds. So this is always, again, that thunderstorm risk. So in order for a thunderstorm to be severe, it needs to have two things, one or two things actually, 58-mile-per-hour gusts or higher, or quarter-inch hail. And so that's the minimum. And so when you see that severe thunderstorm warning, that means the National Weather Service has identified that the storm that you're experiencing has one or both of those things. So that's intense, and that means you need to definitely seek shelter indoors. We encourage you to have a backup plan in case there are scattered power outages, downed trees. Of course, with 58-mile-per-hour gusts, there could be a couple of them. Yeah. I quickly want to just touch on yesterday because it was so notable. We did reach 80 degrees at the airport. This is the very first 80 of the year. It is the second earliest time we've ever reached 80, and it also shattered a 59-year-old daily record and ties for the warmest March day. And I'm sorry, that should say yesterday. But also you can see here our earliest was March 16th, 1947. I mentioned earlier, we shouldn't even reach 80 until May 8th on average at the airport. So well above average. And then here's just our other records that we shattered again across our region. We anticipated a lot of records being in jeopardy. I just don't think we thought it'd be this many.
So widespread. I mean, that's the entire valley right there.
I know. And I think McMinnville's really notable. 1926 was that daily record. So nearly 100 years old, 77 degrees yesterday afternoon.
Crazy.
Here's the also interesting thing. Camilla and I came into work and we're like, gosh, it might be warmer today. And yeah, already, at least for Portland unofficially, we've had a high of 81. So if that proves to be true, we'll find out, I think, at 7:30 p.m. tonight. Then today will be the warmest March day ever recorded at Portland.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been a little busy over here.
So weird. Just not, really, really nice and easy. That's wild. So
I know, so warm.
So we've got that. So the thunderstorm aspect. if it's going to be happening around here. So it's that. What's that time frame again? Just to
3
reiterate.
to I'd say 7 or 8 p.m. tonight.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now to 7 to 8.
And I know a lot of folks probably get a little bit confused. They said it's a blue sky. It's so beautiful
Right, that's
outside.
the other thing that I've been hearing from a lot of people too. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, I saw you did a weather thing. It's blue out.
I know.
Nothing's happening. Yeah.
Don't let that deter you. Actually, sunshine is the key factor for fueling these storms. So we always call it surface heating. Basically, of course, when we have all this heat, like we definitely have today, that is the perfect source for these thunderstorms to tap into. And so the more sunshine, the more energy, and the kind of more severe storms we'll have. So that's why it's really important to kind of stay tuned that 3 to 8 period tonight, because that's when we're expecting it. I also want to just mention that Thursday, we do have more showers coming, but by that time, we're going to be much cooler. We're going to lose again that sunshine, the heat energy. And so we're really just expecting passing showers tomorrow. I think Friday is going to be our wettest day this week, with even some light mountain snow. So that 3-day forecast you could see here, scattered showers by the time we get to Saturday. I think honestly Saturday will be mostly dry as well. So
nice.
I
like
know.
That.
Yeah, not
like
too bad. But anyway, I want to go back to just that first talking point, if I can. Sorry, graphics get a little bit delayed because there's so much data.
There's so much happening. Yeah.
Maybe it'll go back. Okay, hold on.
So we're working through that.
We're working. But yeah, basically,
there we go.
Just be really careful this afternoon. I think, okay, there we go. We got a severe thunderstorm watch. This was just issued. Again, data always coming in. So the National Weather Service has said from now until 9 o'clock, basically our whole region, with the exception of right along the coast, is under a severe thunderstorm watch.
Okay.
A watch is kind of like you have all the ingredients for cookies, but you haven't made them yet. So basically they're saying, yes, we have the potential for thunderstorms, but is it going to develop? Well, that's when a warning is issued. So a warning means kind of like you have the cookies. They're baked and they're ready.
Okay.
So if you receive any warnings later on today, you need to get inside. I think your car would be a safe place. And also, I think tornado threat is always another thing that's always circulating online. Very low. It's 5%. Now, that's higher than normal in the Pacific Northwest, but 5%, I mean, maybe a little brief spin-up tornado can't be ruled out, but it shouldn't be your #1 fear. I think the fear here will be damaging winds and hail mainly.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so there we go.
Lots of info.
There's lots of info there, and rapidly changing. But as you mentioned, follow along with the Fox 12 weather app.
Yeah.
Follow along with a lot of sources just to make sure that you're getting those notifications.
Yeah, we'll be on air all evening too, 4 to 7, and then Camilla will be kind of doing the evening shows tonight. So
awesome. Yeah. Well, Peyton, thank you very much for having some time in a very busy day for what Peyton and Camilla have going on. And thank you to everybody for tuning in too. Again, this is Fox 12 Now, so we live stream. If it's your first time tuning in, we get to do a little longer form segments like this and go a little bit deeper on that. But that is what we have for you. So follow along. Coming up at 4 o'clock.
Yes,
you'll all be back. Giving us the update then. So as you mentioned, though, that watch has been issued, right?
Yes, severe thunderstorm
watch issued. And when a warning happens, that's when you need to
take action.
Take action.
Yep.
All right, there we go. All right, thanks everybody for joining us. I appreciate it. Of course, you can always follow us on the Fox 12 Oregon app and KPTV.com, all the places, whatever it is.